Hello, you're watching teleSUR English. We go live to Caracas, Venezuela with our correspondent Belen de los Santos for all the latest information as we are a few hours away from the 24th summit of ALBA-TCP Heads of States and Government. Hello, Belen. What can you tell us?
Hello, Luis. Exactly. We're here in Caracas, and a hug that set the course of history. That is the motto that is inaugurating this 24th ALBA Summit that is happening here today, December 14th, in Caracas, Venezuela. This is also not just one more ALBA Summit, but the 20th anniversary of the mechanism. That is why the slogan was saying, a hug that set the course of our history. It is branded here in the walls while we wait and we will receive different leaders from social movements, political representatives, and of course the presidents and the heads of state and government of the member countries of ALBA will be here in a few hours. And the slogan is making reference to that iconic hug between Hugo Chavez Frias and Fidel Castro that 20 years ago marked the inauguration and the creation of this ALBA mechanism. So what is the importance of this mechanism? A lot of the most symbolic and the key areas and points that mark this ALBA integration cooperation mechanism are being relived today. Because this 24th summit, that is also the 20th anniversary, is being branded, it's being presented, it's being lived like a relaunch, if you will. The idea is to bring the initial principles of cooperation, of solidarity that have marked this international mechanism and really relaunch them for the years to come. So we are talking about a cooperation mechanism that we've been saying this during this week here, that is not only aiming at an international integration between the states, among the member states, but also among the populations and the social movements from the member countries and also from from countries around the world. And the idea from the ALBA that was thought out by its founding fathers, Fidel Castro and Hugo Chavez, is that a mechanism can be built unlike no other. And in what way do we mean that? Unlike no other in the sense that it intends to foster cooperation, it intends to foster the reshaping and the development of the different countries that are aligned, but keeping always as a main principle the solidarity among the states, also the cooperation among the states, and respecting, of course, the sovereignty of each member state. So let's recall that the ALBA was shaped at a time where, for example, the free trade area for our Americas was the proposal of an integration mechanism that was focused on free trade, was the mechanism proposed by the United States for the Americas. And this was a mechanism, of course, focused on free trade, and that would have a very significant impact, especially on the most dependent economies. So let's recall that the no to this mechanism was very significant at the start of the early 2000s. It was one of the key moments in which Latin American leaders came together to reject a mechanism that was to impose, for example, free trade among the partners and was going to damage regional and national economies. And as opposed to that sort of mechanism, almost as a way to present that another way of cooperation among states was possible, a way of cooperation that kept in mind, for example, regional challenges and mechanisms of solidarity to face those challenges, and not only thinking about the economy and the markets as the only way to understand the reasons and means of cooperation. That was what was leading this initiative made by Chavez and Fidel, and then joined by the member countries that are meeting here today 20 years afterwards, and 20 years that have been full of different initiatives of cooperation that have shown that this is possible. Petrocaribe, for example, is one of them. The different cooperation and solidarity efforts vinculated to health initiatives, education promoted by Cuba, by Venezuela, and with the idea of exporting solidarity efforts in those areas to other affected countries. For example, in the meetings that we've been covering throughout this week, Haiti has been a very relevant topic. Haiti that is not even a member country of the state, but the ALBA countries understand that what is happening in Haiti is something that affects the whole region, and it's the responsibility of the peoples of the whole region. That is the spirit of ALBA, and that is what is being relaunched today on its 20th anniversary. So let's recall that we are on December 14th in Caracas. Just hours from now, the presidents and heads of state from member countries of ALBA will be coming here to this venue that is all set up to celebrate that iconic date 20 years ago, and not only celebrate, but also set up the proposals for the years to come. This is so far, the day is just beginning, but we will come back to you with all the information as we talk to the different leaders, representatives. There are a lot of social organizations from across the continent that are coming here to really take part of this initiative in a very difficult moment geopolitically, but Latin America, the Caribbean, and the world is standing together and standing strong. I go back to you, Luis. We'll continue to bring information throughout the day.
Thank you, Belen, for all the ladies, and of course we'll stay tuned with you and our colleagues over there in Caracas to see and know everything that is happening in this Paramount Summit that is being held today of ALBA-TCP, and also in the context of the 20th anniversary of this important alliance. For now, stay tuned with teleSUR English. We'll have more updates in upcoming news briefs.